Good morning, it's Barbara. We have a little bit of snow on the ground, but it's otherwise dreary and it's going to be chilly. Well, it is chilly, but it's not bitter cold, but it is windy, so we'll see. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Every morning lately, since I've been doing lipstick, I put my lipstick on before I turn you on. I should just turn you on right away and put my lipstick on and become a makeup channel and have hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Just kidding. Wouldn't do me any good because Dennis doesn't want me to monetize my channel. Then I might get different colors of lipstick. I need something a little peachy, maybe. We'll see. Now I'm going to get my cup dirty. Because what I put on is a gloss. Mary Kay. It's a Mary Kay gloss. My friend who passed this summer was my Mary Kay lady, so don't anticipate getting any more Mary Kay. Anyway, so yesterday during the day didn't quite go as anticipated, so I didn't start my short rows while Dennis and Aura were gone. I did do a little bit on my hat. My hat has gotten to the stage where I need to change my needle. I need to change my cord length, but I had finished all of the White Rabbit, which I loved, and decided to go with the blue, which is a blue that's in here somewhere already, but it's okay. So I'm going to finish off with this blue, and then I have to make a tassel, and then I'll be done with Christy's hat. Oh, I still haven't measured it. I should measure it. Maybe I'll do that for tomorrow content. But after everybody got home and Dennis went to his D&D, Aura and I were listening to music. Or maybe while Dennis was here, I don't know. We were listening to music on YouTube, on the television. And I started my short rows. Now I have to tell you that I got some very good suggestions for the name of the make-along, but I must say that I am very, very happy with the name, which is the Joyous Make-Along. Whatever's bringing you joy, because last night felt joyous. And I mean, I was just 100% enjoying my knitting, and it's been a long time since I felt that good. I was feeling so good. So I did my short rows and I started in my colors, and here's my trove. Isn't it beautiful? I'm so excited. I am so excited. So these are the short rows. This is the back of the neck. And then this goes, this is the back of my sweater going down till the sleeves. And this is what I've done. I've been using the 2023 minis that I got from Megan. And I'm going to be going into the 2024 bag very shortly. Does it look odd to you? That's because I have one row that is off. That light row is off because these slip stitches are all supposed to be like a vertical stripe through the whole sweater. And I got off in this row and I didn't realize it. I mean, when I got to one of these two rows, as I was knitting, I got to the end of the row and I'm supposed to have a slip stitch at the end of the row. And I didn't. And I'm like, oh shit, I must have made a mistake. And I went back, and very early on, I had knit 2 stitches instead of knit 1, slip 1. And so my slip stitches were off. And I'm like, wow, that seems so familiar. I feel like I did that once before. And I did. It was with this light row. You can see that the slip stitches are not in a row. Now, I think that alternating that way would make an interesting pattern too. But this pattern is like stripes of those slip stitches. And it's correct here. But somewhere very early on, right there, I didn't slip the alternate stitch. I did 2 stitches and then I slipped, and that's where I went wrong. Now, I figured this out at the very end of the night last night. I have knit 20 rows since then. I am not going to go back and fix it. Number one, because it's in the light row, it's hard to see. You just feel like, oh, something's wrong, but you don't really, it's not like huge. And 2, it's in the back. So I am not going back to fix it, but lesson learned, and so I'm going to be much more vigilant. So I will have this one row of, almost the whole row of, oops, but I am not changing it. But I will be much, much more careful. But isn't this gorgeous? I am so excited. It's a little hard to tell, but that's like a navy blue. These 2 are green. So the pattern is 1 row of a color, then 2 rows of a color, then 1 row of a color, then 2 rows of a color. Now, Megan's minis in 2023, she was doing a very interesting dyeing experiment with those minis, where she would pick a color and she would dye 4 different kinds of yarn with the same dye: sparkle, yak, tweed, and regular merino, superwash merino. So there are fewer colors, but there are interesting yarns. Whether the interesting yarns will end up making a difference, like being able to tell the difference in this pattern, I'm not so sure. But so that means there are fewer colors to change than had she done a different color for every day. And I'm pretty sure she did a different color for every day this year. There were lots of interesting, beautiful colors. And then she'd do 4, and then she'd do a mixture of all 4. And then she'd go on to other colors. So I'm going to be dipping into 2024 to round out these colors, because the 2023 colors are going to show up more often because they're on these different bases, if that made any sense. But so far, these are the colors from 2024. There's like a dark pink, there's a navy, there's a green. This one, this is like almost like a peachy or a yellow color. This is a gray. The first one is a gray. It's hard to tell. And these 2 were a variegated mixture of colors, and that may have been in the wrong bag. I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm just so happy. This was bringing me so much joy, and now I got to pick my next color. And anyway, I'm very, 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 very happy. So I have to keep track of how much I'm knitting, because I'm just knitting from the shoulder down to the bottom of the sleeve, armhole in the back. Then I'll be doing the front, and then we'll connect the back and the front and be knitting in the round. Just FYI for those thinking about the trove, this is the trove. It's a 4-row repeat, 100% easy memory, like without thinking about it. Emma Duchin. But there is 1 row of purl in the pattern. So if you are anti-purling, then think about this. But it is such an easy, lovely pattern, and oh my gosh. Look at my back of my sweater. I'm so excited. So I will be knitting today. And I'm not sure what else. I have some paperwork to do, and I might do and clean up this table a little bit. But we'll be taking the dogs for a walk because of yesterday. Well, Dennis took her to the doctor, and when he was halfway there when his phone reminded him that her appointment was in an hour. So they were there an hour early. And of course, it took almost an hour for the doctor to come in and talk to them after their appointment. So yesterday was not a good day. It was a little bit stressful. And it was all finished too late to walk the dogs. So the dogs didn't get their walk, which is too bad. But we got a little bit of snow. I was supposed to go out. I had thought I might go out and pick up sticks out of the yards for a fire, and I didn't do that. And we're getting more snow on Monday. We're getting 3 to 7 inches on Monday. They're not sure exactly how it's going to play out in my neighborhood. So I will want to get sticks in. You never know. And if we lose power, we're going to need that fireplace to heat the house. So we have a generator, but it doesn't run the furnace. It doesn't even run the stove. It runs the microwave and it runs the fan to the fireplace. And the fan to the fireplace is how we heat the house. So, yeah. And, you know, windy, cold, tree branches can take down wires and that kind of stuff. So, no reason not to be prepared. And besides, I would love a fire. So anyway, that's my news. So Aura's doing fine. She's having trouble getting around, which is too bad. But the room setup is working for her. And yeah, I have to go pick up a prescription today for her. And yeah, yesterday just was very discombobulated. Dennis was very frazzled, so I'm always discombobulating around here. It's discombobulating when I'm frazzled too, so, you know, that's how it is in a household. So anyway, yeah. So yesterday was very hit or miss, but when I settled in and started knitting, the day got great. I'm so happy. All right, I have got to start a thread and take a picture of this and get it in to say, come and do something joyous. And I just want to reiterate, there's no rules. If it's bringing you joy, I'm good with it. If it's stitching, if it's crochet, if it's weaving, if it's spinning, if it's knitting, if it's bringing you joy and it's a fiber art, that's it. Those are the rules. It has to be bringing you joy. It has to be a fiber art of some kind. And Nancy asked if you can double dip. Absolutely. Double dip, triple dip. Does anybody say you're not allowed to double dip? Is there ever a make-along where you're not allowed to double dip? I'll tell you the truth. I've seen people ask that a lot, but I've never seen a make-along where they said you can't. I've never seen one where the answer was no. Could be I'm just not participating in a lot of make-alongs, which is 100% the case. So if you're doing something that brings you joy and you can triple, quadruple dip, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. All right, and I'm going to see if I make a promise. Sometimes it helps me to do it. Like I'm starting those short rows. I told you I was going to do that, and I did. So now I'm telling you I'm going to start a thread. I haven't been on Ravelry. If nobody has already started a thread, I am going to start a thread for the Joyous Make-Along, the Joyous 2025 Make-Along. I can't tell you how excited I was about doing this yesterday. This is what the back looks like. This is the inside of the sweater. Now you can see the two different colors easier. The blue and the green. Not quite so obvious. Well, maybe on the camera it seems obvious, so we'll see. Anyway, I have to go pick my next color. I think I'm going to dip into 2024 and see what my hand brings out. It'll be interesting to see if I have enough. Minis from the 2 years for the whole sweater. I separated out the ones I used, but there are other versions of those colors in the bag anyway, so I'm not sure why I did that. I'll just have to play it by ear. Obviously, it's not going to matter how often I use something. And I'm going to look at the sweater and not make it too close. Pearl, stop having... Oh, hold on. Pearl was running around having fun playing with my hand cream. Now, I don't know where she got it. I mean, I know where it was. It was on my table. It wasn't on the floor. So she took it and was having fun with it, which she's not allowed to have fun. Let alone she's not allowed to have my hand cream. We do give her, unfortunately, we have to give her doggy downers, a little bit of bring down her, because she's feeling well enough to start feeling well enough, if you catch my drift. So Dennis says, write down what you were talking about. I was talking about Pearl running around, and what I was talking about before I had to stop to get the hand cream. Probably I was talking about picking my next color and thinking about my sweater because I'm so excited about it. I cannot tell you how happy it made me last night to knit on that and how happy I am. And I'm so looking forward to knitting today. So I might not do anything but knit and walk my dogs and go to the drugstore. It's very possible. We'll see. You'll see tomorrow. I do have to change the needle on to finish Christy's hat, because that'd be fun to finish too and put it in the mail for her. It might be getting cold for her walks in Mississippi, and she'll need that hat. That's Pearl. You can hear her. She has energy this morning, and she wants to play. Poor puppy. 3.5 weeks. Gonna be long. All right. I'm gonna go. Dennis is making his coffee. It's gonna get a little noisy in here, and I have to go knit. Oh, but first I have to do my yoga. I did do my yoga yesterday. Meanwhile, I'm gonna try to put up that thread for the Joyous 2025 make along, and I look forward to seeing what's bringing you joy, because you can see what I'm doing. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please stay safe and stay sane.